Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lois identifies Gio as Brooklyn's son. Brooklyn paced uncomfortably in the gatehouse living room as Gio entered carrying Amelia's toy elephant. Brooklyn informed Gio that Willow had returned the kids to Nina's apartment. She hated herself for Willow's decision to move out again. I couldn't keep my big mouth shut about her relationship with Drew. I tried to give Willow a little tough love, and it backfired spectacularly, she told me. Gio didn't see the problem because Brooklyn natives were bred on brutal love. I am sure she'll realize you were coming from a good place, eventually, Gio joked. Brooklyn was unsure and felt she had made matters worse. Tracy barged in, wondering if Willow had understood the ground rules. Brooklyn was shocked Tracy remained calm, given her prediction that Willow would soon move in with Drew and steal Michael's children. In retrospect, that arrangement clearly had a shelf life. Willow was never going to be happy abiding by our rules, Tracy stated before adding, time to call in the lawyers. Marty called Willow and expressed his support for her decision to move back in with Nina. After he hung up, Lois showed up at his home, anxious for a lawyer. She assured him that she wasn't there to discuss Drew and Willow, but she did need to emphasize that Drew was a schnook, which is Brooklyn slang for jerk. A worried Lois indicated that she had been harboring a secret for the past 21 years and was concerned about what would happen if it was revealed. She finally blurted it out, my daughter Brooklyn Quartermain had a baby with Dante Falconeri, she stated. She also stated that the kid's father and other grandparents had no idea Brooklyn had a baby and would never find out. Lois clarified that this was a private adoption. Brooklyn was unaware that the infant had been put with a member of her extended family. Lois was concerned that Brooklyn would be able to unseal the adoption. As Marty attempted to calm Lois, there was a knock on the door. Tracy barged in, astonished to see Lois standing there. Lois justified her presence by claiming that she was there for Willow. Tracy was glad to have her former daughter-in-law on her side. Can you believe that Willow took those kids back to Nina's? We had an agreement, Tracy informed me. Marty couldn't wait to blow up at Tracy. You and your family made Willow seem unwelcome and unappreciated in her own home, so in my opinion, the blame lies entirely at your feet, remarked the doctor. Lois quickly took Tracy to her car and then returned to Marty's room. She told him the rest of the story, eventually confessing that she lived with Brooklyn's son. Gio Palmieri is my grandson, she explained. Willow thanked her mother for allowing her to remain at Nina's place. Willow realized she could have been better to Brooklyn. She even admitted she had done something wrong. It felt good to stand up for myself, but deep down, I know she was right. I shouldn't have been with Drew in the house I shared with Michael, she told me. I should have turned Drew away when he showed up this morning, but I just couldn't, Willow said. When he left, all I could think about was Michael and how much I still cared about him, she told me. Unfortunately, Drew couldn't stay away and showed up at Nina's door. Willow had texted him to invite him over. While Willow put on the children's nightlight, Nina accused Drew of sneaking onto the Q grounds. You put Willow in a position where she could lose her children, and you don't seem to care, Nina told her. She also asked him to do everyone a favor and relocate to DC. Maybe I will, but I'm not going anywhere without taking Willow with me, Drew said me. Nina was upset with that statement. Let me make myself perfectly clear. I will do anything for my daughter and my grandchildren, so if you are looking for a fight, Congressman, I'm happy to oblige, she said. Willow returned to the living room and told Drew that being together at the gatehouse was a mistake. Drew consented, but informed Willow that their relationship was now public and they were free to be together. When Nina noticed Willow and Drew kissing, she called Carly and requested a meeting. We have a mutual problem, Carly, and it's time that we deal with it once and for all, Nina told me. In the Quartermain kitchen, Dante asked Chase whether he could provide him with any information about the Sam murder probe. Chase declined to reveal the identification of the person of interest the police were investigating. I'm begging you. You gotta tell me who you think killed Sam, Dante implored, unaware that Rocco was behind him and had heard him. Rocco continued to listen without being noticed. Chase stated that if the situations were reversed, he would also want additional information. Dante vowed on his life that he would do nothing with any information Chase provided him, so Chase gave in. "Our lead suspect is Cyrus Renault," remarked the judge. Dante was perplexed, wondering, why would Cyrus Renault want to kill Sam? This doesn't make sense. Dante assured Chase that he would not do anything that would allow Cyrus to escape on a technicality. Rocco eavesdropped on what Chase and Dante said but fled as Tracy arrived. She wanted Chase and Dante to utilize their detective talents to figure out how Drew got on the property for his brief encounter with Willow. Alexis gently informed Danny that there had been some news concerning how his mother died. Danny assumed they already knew what had transpired, but Alexis was obliged to inform him otherwise. "The hospital believes that someone went into your mother's room and intentionally administered the drug to her," Alexis remarked with tears. Danny was stunned. "Are you saying someone killed my mom on purpose?" the man questioned. Christina and Molly promised Danny that they would be there to comfort and support him, but they had to wait for answers while the police performed their investigation. Danny was more concerned about Scout. Danny believed she was too young to know. However, he was grateful that Alexis had told him the truth because he needed to know. Alexis also made it clear to Danny that he would not be involved with the probe. He had to let the police do their thing because they were professionals. Danny also inquired if his father was aware of Sam's murder. After Molly drove Danny home, Alexis told Christina that hearing about Jason made her nervous. When Danny returned to the Q house, he informed Rocco that his mother had been slain. Rocco already knew and notified Danny that Cyrus Renault was the main suspect. Portia was pleased when Curtis visited the hospital, but she worried what he was doing there. Curtis intended to visit Kai again. Brad soon emerged and requested if he may depart early. Portia knew she had to comply with whatever Brad wanted, so she put on a phony smile and told him everything was okay. Curtis was intrigued as Brad moved away. "What is going on? I thought you couldn't stand that guy," he said. Portia claimed Stella appeared to like Brad, so she gave him a chance. Lucas begged Carly to consider the advice he had just given her concerning Jack Brennan, but he could tell she had no intention of listening to him. Stella commented on Brad's improved biceps as Lucas strolled over to the nurse's hub to hand off a chart before taking Carly to dinner. Carly sighed in disappointment. Jocelyn approached Jack as he sat at Bobby's. She inquired how Germany was, and he said it was remarkable. When Joss sat down, Jack asked an essential question: "Have you found anything linking Cyrus to Officer Heller's death?" Joss informed him she thought she had a lead, but it didn't pan out. Jack emphasized that people should not give up every time they experience a setback. "Who says I'm giving up? Cyrus killed Dex, and I'm going to prove it," Joss replied. She informed Jack that she had entered Cyrus' flat but discovered nothing incriminating. Jack attempted to lead Joss to Cyrus' hideout outside of town. The absence of evidence at one place may indicate that the suspect is operating out of a second location, Jack told me. Jocelyn realized she needed to hunt for Cyrus' hideout. Jack advised Joss to remain patient. Jocelyn pleaded Jack not to inform her mother that she was researching Cyrus just as Carly and Lucas stepped in. Carly suggested to Lucas and Joss that they make themselves scarce so she could sit with Jack alone. She inquired whether Jack had informed Jocelyn about the dangers and romances of Germany. Jack promised her he hadn't. Lucas and Jocelyn sat at the counter, with Joss doing research on her phone. She eventually asked Lucas if he'd heard of Dr. Austin Gatlinholt. Jocelyn had just learned that Austin had testified on Cyrus' behalf during his parole hearing. Next on General Hospital. Sunny consults with a cardiologist. Lulu has a huge idea. Cyrus demands answers. Will Nina and Carly create an evil alliance? Nina did Carly a favor 5 years ago by testifying against Nellie in order for Michael and Willow to acquire custody of Wiley, but the two ladies have not gotten along since. Carly even kept Nina's daughters' identities hidden from her, whilst Nina kept Sunny's existence a secret. However, desperate times call for desperate means, and the granny wars may give way to a granny détente. Nina is desperate to keep Drew away from Willow since she sees how terrible their relationship is. Carly simply wants Drew to pay for what he did to Michael, and taking Willow from him would accomplish that. With this shared aim in mind, Carly arrives at Nina's office for a meeting. Maxie is surprised to see Carly there, but she leaves the two women alone. Nina puts her cards on the table and asks Carly if she wants to work together to break up Willow and Drew. Despite her dislike for being good to Nina, we have a feeling Carly would enjoy the notion. Sonny's big appointment. Sonny is worried as he waits with Natalia for his important cardiologist visit in California. After examining him, the doctor informs Sonny of some important news. Will Sonny find out if Isaiah's diagnosis was right, or is something else wrong with him? Will a substance like digitalis be detected in his system, or will Sonny be prescribed digitalis, which may cause confusion back home in Port Charles? Laura had a busy day at Bobby's. Laura and Lulu sit down for a supper at Bobby's, where her daughter informs her that she believes she has a lead on Charlotte. Laura is more worried with what is going on at the other table. She notices Drew conversing to Jen Sidwell as if they've known one another for years. Sidwell even queries Drew about Sonny. Laura needs to speak up and warn Drew. Is she telling him how deadly Sidwell is? Will a reckless Drew care? General Hospital spoilers, Jason blamed for neglecting Danny. According to General Hospital spoilers, Jack is unlikely to win any Father of the Year accolades in the near future. General Hospital spoilers, Jason blamed for neglecting Danny. Of course, we're talking about Jason Morgan since he has yet to sit down with his son Danny and discuss his mother Sam's death. You'd think he'd do it by now, but he's too busy convincing Sasha that he can help raise her child despite the fact that he's not the baby's father. In addition, he traveled to Germany to visit Michael Corinthos. But when it comes to Danny, it appears like Jason is the last person in Port Charles who has any time for him. That is why Alexis Davis took it upon herself to speak with the young kid about his late mother. Of course, many General Hospital fans have had plenty to say about the situation. Some even commented that Jason was out of the country. I'm okay with Alexis informing him because if she doesn't, he'll hear it somewhere else. Jason chose to go see Michael about something that could have certainly waited rather than stay with his son. Another critic stated, for many years, Jason was not there where Sam and her family were. I have no issue with Alexis informing Danny. Jason is not the high-quality guy that many people believe he is. He's a terrible father, and we've known it for years. General Hospital spoilers, what's next for Danny? There was also the following comment, it's so terrible not to notify his father first so he can be there for him. It's ludicrous that they would go out of their way to keep it from him. General Hospital spoilers for the week of February 10th to 14th, 2025, Jason's homecoming turns nasty, Nina and Carly go after Drew. General Hospital spoilers for the week of February 10th to 14th, 2025 show that Jason Morgan's homecoming appears to be a catastrophic landing. He becomes a big topic for gossip. Next, Carly Spencer and Nina Reeves target Drew Quartermaine and Willow Corinthos' relationship. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos may no longer be so secretive. Is a confession on its way? Let's find out. General Hospital spoilers, Sonny's heart raises alarm, Carly and Nina turn partners in crime. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Sonny has received some concerning developments from his cardiologist. Natalia Ramirez, who has been supportive of Sonny since the beginning, encourages him to tell his children what is going on. Will Sonny come honest to his family, or will he continue to play the tough guy? Elsewhere, Port Charles witnesses an unexpected partnership. Carly does the unthinkable and teams up with Nina. You're shocked, right? These two have been fighting for what seems like an eternity. However, their shared aim of splitting Drew and Willow is strong enough for them to bury the hatchet. But there is a catch. Nina has yet to reveal to her kid that she had a secret relationship with Drew. If Willow finds out, it might end their already weak relationship. Furthermore, Carly and Nina's collaboration could be a deal-breaker for her in the midst of the custody battle. Meanwhile, Drew approaches Selena Wu as he investigates Curtis Ashford. Their first meeting was cut short, but they want to meet again. Drew plans to surprise Willow, and gossip about Jason spreads like wildfire. Jordan Ashford and Jen Sidwell may finally have supper together across Port Charles. Simultaneously, Isaiah Gannon keeps vigilant against any threat from the villain's side. Plus, Lulu has a startling encounter. Is it Sidwell? Given their horrible history, Cyrus Renault could possibly be to blame. Furthermore, something is guaranteed to go wrong this Valentine's Day. Drew has a secret plan for Willow, but Carly and Nina will not let him succeed. Will their romantic evening happen? Finally, Jason returns from Germany, only to hear outrageous rumors about him courtesy to Cody Bell's big mouth. What is the tea? Jason is said to be the mysterious man that got Sasha Gilmore Corbin pregnant. Despite the fact that Michael Corinthos is the real father, Jason may take the fall to safeguard his buddy's custody rights in the future. General Hospital spoilers, Port Charles prepares for Sonny's funeral. It appears like the Corinthos era is about to come to an end. That's because General Hospital spoilers indicate that Port Charles will soon prepare for Sonny's funeral. General Hospital spoilers, Port Charles prepares for Sonny's funeral. The argument is that his heart problems will only worsen before they improve. As many General Hospital viewers are aware, Sonny suffered a massive heart attack, and unless he is serious about making some lifestyle changes, he may as well count down the days remaining in his life. In fact, according to the most recent GH spoilers, both Carly Corinthos and Nina Reeves will learn about his current health difficulties, and let's just say they won't be pleased. However, none of this should come as a surprise. Sonny has always been under a lot of pressure due to his involvement with the mob. All of this was bound to catch up with him eventually. In addition, his age has a role in this. And now Sonny has a decision to make. He'll either have to leave the mob or say goodbye to his family. It will be one or the other, but not both. General Hospital spoilers, what's next for Sonny? Another heart attack will undoubtedly kill Sonny Corinthos, something no one wants to see happen. Furthermore, life in Port Charles wouldn't be the same without him, right? Nobody is ready for Sonny Corinthos' funeral quite yet. Here's who's currently working undercover on General Hospital. Many residents of Port Charles are going covert. Who will catch the bad guys? General Hospital is famous for its spy stories and capers. Recently, many of our favorite characters have gone undercover to apprehend the bad guys. Will they have more success than the PCPD? Clearing a name. When patients started dying at GH, Elizabeth took over as head nurse. She and Lucky suspected someone else was to blame, so they set out to identify the culprit. It was not difficult to see that all indicators pointed directly to Cyrus. The former couple gets along well and work together to look for proof in Turning Wood's files. Lucky distracted the doctor as Liz completed the paperwork. Unfortunately, he did not create a quirky character like his father Luke did. Doing it for her guy. Jocelyn is after the same murderer as Lucky and Liz. She also knows Cyrus is responsible for the Digitalis murders, and her boyfriend Dex was one of the victims. If Anna and the PCPD fail to bring him to justice, she will do it herself. He was one of their own, thus this should be a higher priority. Joss, like her mother, will not follow Anna's advice to back off. She is after Cyrus, but she will most likely find herself into trouble, much like Carly. Undercover couple. Sidwell has arrived in Port Charles, where he appears to intend to settle. This man has held people hostage, attempted murder, and kidnapped, but, amazingly, no charges can be brought against him. He was instantly attracted to Jordan, so she intends to take advantage of this and catch him. She is now the deputy mayor and no longer a police officer, so she is going undercover. Her possible lover, Isaiah, wants to join her in bringing the kidnapper to justice. Hopefully, this will bring the two closer together. Port Charles is preparing for some interesting capers. Do you believe that citizens will solve the crimes before the PCPD? Please let us know in the comments. Sonny gets answers. People demand answers in today's General Hospital spoilers, but they might not like what they find. Lucas tries to control Carly, Cyrus feels the walls closing in, Sidwell probes Drew, Lulu shares potentially good news with Laura, and Sonny plans to see a doctor regarding his heart. We have to stop making a bad situation worse, Lucas warns Carly. Is he telling her not to attack Drew? And will she actually listen? Come on, we're talking about Carly here. Cyrus, who has been banned from General Hospital, continues to try to do his good work in turning woods, only to run into complications when the administrator prevents him. I would like to know who's spreading lies about me, he demands. Over a meal, Sidwell discusses business with Drew, and it appears that he is involved in one of the development projects spearheaded by the new congressman. Does Sonny Corinthos have something to do with the delay? Jens inquires. Lulu has been keen to get Charlotte home, but since losing track of her and Valentine in Prague, it has been impossible to follow their route again. But she won't give up. Lulu, sitting in Bobby's with her mother, reports, there may be another path to find my daughter. Will Laura encourage or discourage her daughter from her latest plan? Natalia took Sonny to Los Angeles to meet a doctor about his heart problems while claiming to be chatting with high-end merchants about stocking deception items. And she can sense he is nervous about it. Are you concerned about what the doctor may tell you? She wonders. What is wrong with Sonny, and how serious is it? General Hospital fans divided over Brennan's replacement. Can Carly's chemistry be saved? Port Charles is no stranger to unexpected changes, but few have stirred as much criticism as the most recent casting shift. Brennan's appearance on General Hospital had been one of the most unexpected yet captivating occurrences in weeks. His enigmatic charm, quick wit, and unmistakable chemistry with Carly Spencer drew in viewers, making him an instant fan favorite despite his moral ambiguity. However, that dynamic has been called into doubt. With Charles Measure leaving the role, viewers are left wondering if the spark that once flared between Brennan and Carly would die out completely. The introduction of Chris McKenna in the role has many fans skeptical. Can a recast truly replicate the alchemy that made this couple so appealing? The Brennan-Carly factor, why their chemistry was so important. In a world where shifting alliances and emotional betrayals are commonplace, the chemistry between two characters may make or break a plot. Carly, a woman who had spent decades involved in a web of strong men, Sonny Corinthos, Jason Morgan, Jax, saw Brennan as something new and different. There was an electricity between them, a tension that captivated audiences. Brennan had always been an unexpected force, dangerous yet irresistible, smooth yet complex, in contrast to Sonny's tumultuous storm and Jason's dependable anchor. He was the type of man who didn't just enter Carly's life, he changed it. Fans adored it. But now, many people are worried that the enchantment has vanished. The backlash, fans respond to Brennan's exit. When a fan-favorite actor exits a show, reactions are unavoidable. Some people accept it as part of the ever-changing environment of daytime television, while others see it as a personal betrayal. In this situation, a vociferous majority has made their views clear. Brennan was the most interesting thing to happen to GH in ages, and now they've gone and ruined it. The chemistry between him and Carly was off the charts, and now we're just supposed to accept this recast and move on? Not happening. Others have critiqued the writing itself, claiming that the character has already lost steam due to poor storytelling. Charles Measure was fantastic, but let's be real, the writing was already falling apart. If the writers had actually given him a solid arc, he'd still be here. Some supporters, however, remain hopeful that Chris McKenna can revitalize Brennan. Look, I get it, change is tough. But McKenna is a talented actor. If they give him the right material, he might just surprise us. However, not everyone is convinced. Many people continue to wonder whether lightning can strike again. What is next for Carly and Brennan? Recasting a character is always a gamble, and in this case, the stakes seem larger than ever. Will McKenna's Brennan be able to rekindle the enchantment, or will he bring a new energy to the role? More importantly, will Carly continue to feel the same way for him? Is General Hospital preparing for a Snoop Dogg appearance? Donnell Turner told Jennifer Hudson that he met Snoop Dogg and that the Dogfather of Cool wanted to make an appearance on GH. While many cast members, such as John Stamos and Demi Moore, have gone on to achieve greater renown, General Hospital has had many celebrities express an interest in participating on the show throughout the years. Some of the renowned guest stars include James Franco and Elizabeth Taylor. A few cast members recently appeared on the Jennifer Hudson show. Donnell Turner stated one celebrity who is certainly interested in appearing as a guest on the classic serial during his participation. Turner met the dogfather of rhymes. Hudson questioned Turner on the chat program if any celebrities had expressed an interest in appearing as guests on General Hospital. He added, "I've had a couple of occasions where people have said, yeah, you know, I would love to be on the show. It's consistent work." He added that the folks he's spoken with are well aware of the challenges of filming a midday show. "So a lot of people want to challenge themselves, and some people don't," he said, adding that it's interesting when a celebrity asks if he can work his magic and get them on the show. He then stunned everyone by saying, "I had the opportunity to meet Snoop Dogg, and the audience went crazy. Snoop knows Frank. Snoop is about as cool as you could imagine. And he knows my employer, so he says, Frank Valentini? Oh wow, I adore Frank. Tell him, what's up?" Turner's response was to tell Snoop to tell Valentini, what's up, himself, ordering the rapper to come on over here and play with us. Co-star Laura Wright stated, "That would be wonderful." Turner continued, "I workshopped it with Frank, and we tried, and then Snoop got busy, so hopefully, we'll keep our fingers crossed." Finola Hughes noted that an appearance by Snoop Dogg would be so much fun. Snoop had previously appeared in 4 episodes of the short-lived 2013 reboot of One Life to Live, and even created a new theme song for the show called Brand New Start. Lois reveals that Gio is Brooke Lynn's son on General Hospital. The truth is finally revealed. Adoption option. Among all of the baby drama going on at the Quartermaines, Brooke Lynn just made a surprising admission: she had a baby with Dante and gave it up for adoption. While Brooke Lynn hides the secret from Dante, Lois has kept a much bigger secret from both of them. Now that Brooke Lynn has pondered telling Dante and Chase about the baby, Lois has found herself in need of legal advice. When she arrived at Martin's door, she hesitantly recounted that when Brooke Lynn placed her baby for adoption, Lois ensured that it was a closed adoption with an old friend. The big reveal. Before Lois could say much more, there was a persistent knock at the door. Tracy barged in to discuss Willow's departure from the gatehouse, but when she saw Lois, she wondered what she was doing there. Lois hastily created a narrative about being present for Willow. Then, after the typical arguing between Tracy and Martin, Lois drove Tracy to her car. It wasn't until she sneaked back into Martin's room that she acknowledged to being in contact with Brooke Lynn's son. That's when she said it was Gio. Gio has long been assumed to be Brooke Lynn and Dante's son due to his musical aptitude, desire to become a cop, and the strange narrative surrounding his parents. But now that it has been proven, it is only a matter of time until the truth is out. Nothing good comes from keeping secrets. The overarching topic is secrets. Everyone has one, and everyone appears to be the source of someone else's lie. Let us review what happened today in Port Charles. Curtis Ashford ran into his wife, Portia Robinson, near the elevators at General Hospital. Brad Cooper interrupts their hug to ask if he may leave earlier. Portia began to reprimand him, but eventually decided to let him go. Curtis doesn't trust Brad and wants to talk to him, but Portia tells him that it's unnecessary. Curtis contacts Brad anyway, warning him that his ties must not cause problems for his family. Lucas Jones and Carly Spencer are on their way to dinner when he notices Brad and compliments him on his new workout program. Brad begins talking about something, and Carly interrupts to draw Lucas away. 2 is company, but 4 is a crowd. When Jack Brennan walks into Bobby's, Jocelyn Jacks instantly asks how Germany was. She informs him that she currently has no leads on Cyrus Renault's murder of Dex Heller, but that she will uncover one. She tells him that she went inside Cyrus' house and discovered nothing, and Jack argues that the lack of proof may indicate that Cyrus is operating from another location. He also encourages her to be patient because what she's looking for will ultimately reveal itself. Carly and Lucas arrive to see Jack and Joss sitting together. Joss and Lucas split up, and Carly sits with Jack, asking him not to tell Joss about what occurred in Germany. They talk about their time together, but Brennan appears distracted. General Hospital recap: everyone except Willow is in the gatehouse. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine approached the gatehouse, hoping to see Willow there. Instead, Gio Palmieri comes, carrying toys left in the main house by Wiley and Amelia. She describes what happened to Willow and how she feels she has made matters worse. Gio reminds her that Willow probably did what was best for her, which is why she opted to leave. He tells BLQ that dealing with her family may be daunting even if you're not on their bad side. Tracy Quartermain enters and inquires whether Willow has agreed to the appropriate stipulations. Brooke Lynn informs her that Willow has left and Tracy has called in the attorneys. General Hospital recap: Dante discovers Cyrus is the person of interest. Harrison Chase and Dante Falconeri are discussing Sam's case. Dante claims to be aware of a person of interest and begs Chase to reveal who it is. They quarrel until Chase informs Dante that Cyrus is the prime suspect, which Rocco Falconeri overhears. Dante recognizes that he cannot seek vengeance and risk failing to provide justice for Sam. Tracy rushes in and informs the boys that Drew made it to the gatehouse to meet Willow. She asks them to figure out what happened, and they agree to follow the property boundary. General Hospital recap: Danny discovers his mother was murdered. Alexis Davis informs Danny Morgan that his mother's death is now thought to have been a murder rather than an unfortunate incident. Danny sits down as his grandmother says that Sam has been injected with digitalis. Molly Lansing and Christina Corinthos inform Danny that there are further victims, and all they can do now is wait for more information. Danny inquires whether his father, Jason Morgan, is aware yet. When they reply no, Danny reminds them that Jason must be notified once he returns from Germany. Molly returns Danny to the Quartermains, as Alexis and Christina continue to chat. Alexis is concerned about Jason's reaction, although Christina believes Danny's question about Jason was normal. Danny returns to the Quartermains and speaks with Rocco, who informs him that he is also aware that Sam was murdered and Cyrus is the suspect. General Hospital recap: Martin Gray is the hottest attorney in Port Charles today. Martin Gray is on the phone with Willow Corinthos, assuring her that he understands why she needs to leave the Quartermain estate. He hangs up as Lois Cerullo approaches the door, seeking for his assistance. She assures him that her condition has nothing to do with the conflict with Willow. Marty tells her that everything will be kept confidential after she pays his retainer fee. She pays it and explains that it is related to an occurrence from 20 years ago. She explains that Brooke Lynn had a child 20 years ago and abandoned him without Dante knowing he was his father. She discusses the convoluted family genealogy and expresses a desire to keep the family unaware. Lois claims that the baby was placed with a family acquaintance and Brooke Lynn had no idea. She assumed it was a secret, anonymous adoption. While they are conversing, there is a knock on the door, and it is Tracy, who is furious because Willow is taking the children back to her mother's house. Lois ends their verbal war and persuades Tracy to accompany her. General Hospital recap: Nina sees more than she needs and takes action. Meanwhile, Willow is adjusting back into her mother's house. Nina Reeves assures her that she's always welcome. Willow admits that she should have sent Drew Quartermain away when he arrived at the gatehouse, but she was glad to meet someone who does not despise her. Then, after he went, she discovered how much she still cares for her husband, Michael Corinthos. Nina tells her that she is delighted she is there and that she can now begin to plan her future steps for herself and the children. Drew has knocked on Nina's door. Drew and Nina argue while Willow checks on the kids, with Drew threatening to take Willow and the kids to DC. Nina informs Drew that Willow had mentioned missing Michael before to his arrival. Willow returns and informs Drew that his visit to the gatehouse was inappropriate since she is still processing the breakup of her marriage. He claims that their connection is now public and that they are free to be together if that is what he desires. Nina returns to her living room to see Drew and Willow kissing. She immediately picks up the phone and calls Carly, suggesting that they address their mutual problem, Drew. General Hospital recap: Lois and Brooke Lynn are both nervous. Lois returns to conclude the conversation with Martin. She informs him that Gio is the baby that Brooke Lynn abandoned without their knowledge. She explains that if the truth is out, the entire family will be torn apart. Brooke Lynn and Gio are still in the gatehouse when Dante and Chase arrive. They stated that Tracy had them walk the property. They also discuss how if Willow had been more honest, the situation would have been much easier for everyone. As Brooke Lynn squirms, Dante and Chase agree that secrets ruin lives. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.